Mrs. Mahnaz Afkhami, welcome to our forum.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
You are the founder and president of Women's Learning Partnership for Rights, Development and Peace. So let's start with your job as a former Minister of State for Women's Affairs in Iran. My first question is, could you please summarize us what were the main challenges that you faced throughout that period when you served as a minister in Iran?
One of the important issues at that time was that there was really no ministers of women in the world. There were only two, François Giroud from France and myself. So no one knew what a minister of women was supposed to do. So in a way it was a positive thing because we could express what our hopes were for a Minister of State position, and nobody challenged it because no one was quite aware of what other possibilities there were. So one of the things we suggested was that all legislation from several ministries would have to come through the Office of a Minister of Women to be studied for impact on gender, including Ministry of Labor, Ministry of Education, Health, Plan and Budget, and so forth. So this was a very good thing because we were able to have reviews about impact on gender, and we were also able to have all the facts and information about plans and about budget so that we could include suggestions to be implemented regarding gender equality. And so that was very helpful. It was very helpful in constituting and drawing up the National Plan of Action for Women. We could include all these different areas in the plan, the government plans. Our achievements during that period largely were in the area of legislation. We were able to bring a revised family reform of family laws, which included near abolition of polygamy, equal rights for marriage and divorce for women, a lot of benefits regarding freedom of choice in movement, in labor, in jobs, and so forth. So at that time, this was the most advanced set of laws on women in the region. And also we were able to put together a package for economic participation of women. Maternity leave fully paid for up to 7 months, childcare on the premises, equal benefits and pay for equal work, which was unusual, and we were very proud of that.
Okay, that's good. So from working in Iran to international NGOs. So let's talk also that you have been a leading advocate of women's rights for more than 3 decades, having founded and headed several international non-governmental organizations focused on advancing the status of women. So my question is, this mission, it seems to be like a sensible and credible mission, and especially for an Iranian woman. Just a comment about that.
Well, it's wonderful to be able to work through the organization, my organization, which actually works in 20 countries in 3 regions, most of them actually in Muslim majority societies. We also work with Iran. It's the only country of our partners where we don't have an organization inside the country, because the others are all autonomous independent organizations that work in partnership together. But we do produce curriculum for women's leadership and their active citizenship participation. And we have those in 20 languages. We have them, of course, in Persian as well, which is helpful for those who are inside Iran and would like to benefit by the learnings that other people have developed. And we also work considerably through the internet. We do e-courses. We have a portal with knowledge and resources and statistic and research on status of women across the world, and also on laws regarding women, from constitutions to the penal code to the legislation on violence against women to samples of legislation on family laws in multiple languages. So it's a good source of research for women, and the Iranian women have access to that as well in Persian, so they can use it in drafting legislation and advocating for change.
Okay, so let's talk now about your writings and publications. So you have lectured and published extensively on the international women's movement, women's human rights, women in leadership, women and technology, and women's participation in civil society building and democratization. So how could you manage between your struggle for women's rights and your work as lecturer and writer in the same time?
It's not easy. Right now I'm actually engaged in writing a memoir, not a personal memoir so much, but my own experiences inside the international women's movement from the global point of view, from the southern point of view. So I'm trying to do that, and I'm trying to do all these other things. It's not easy. It takes a lot of concentration. 24/7, but also the thing that makes it possible is the partnership. Both people who work on staff and people who work on board and across the partnership are extensively and thoroughly supportive, innovative, and helpful. So it makes life both enjoyable and easier.
Mahnaz Afkhami, President of Women's Learning Partnership for Rights, Development and Peace. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.